What's up, dudes? It's Molly. I see the Archangel's deck in my mind's eye. Hold on, let me get it. A whole bunch of people are going to realize how uneven the situation is. So, a whole bunch of people have received somebody's energy, but they haven't given anything back for a really long time. Okay, what's the message from the Archangels? Message from the Archangels? Peace. Archangel Chamuel. Peace comes from remembering only love is real. Somebody for sure had narcissist abuse. Outdoors. Archangel Jophiel. Go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. And finally, you are safe. Archangel Michael. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. So, I got some good news. Taking it back, my father died 5 years ago. When my dad died, my family was so tight. I talked to my sister almost every other day. My mother pretty much every day. And the death of my dad blew my family apart. The trauma of it. At the same time when my dad died, I got an autism diagnosis. And then I was in the throes of a very, very brutal spiritual awakening due to narcissist abuse. My family discarded me. My family, when I told them about being autistic, they did not take it well at all. At all. There's some very disrespectful things said to me. And it broke my heart. I was treated very disrespectfully by people who should have opened their arms and gave a hug to me. I think I had a lot of displaced anger focused onto me. And my family just went on without me. There was a point where I would call them and they wouldn't answer the phone. There was a point where I said, "Why are you doing this to me?" And they said, "I don't know." For the past 3 years, my family has made no attempt to see me or my children. My mother has been in town for entire summers. She sees her boyfriend, who lives 20 minutes from me. My mother's boyfriend stopped at my house on Christmas to give my children, and he just gave it to me at the door. A $50 bill for each of my children from my mom and my mom's boyfriend. And then he left they made sure I knew. He left my house to go to my sister's house to celebrate Christmas with everyone. We weren't invited. I don't know what my sister looks like. I don't know what my niece and nephews look like. I haven't seen them in so long. My mother has no idea what her grandchildren look like. And I've asked both of them, why are you doing this to me? And they both have responded back, I don't know. So if you, on a side note, if you are a spectrum-y person and you got a later in life diagnosis, families not accepting it is not uncommon. Because whatever fake reality they had about you crumbles. So it's easier to just not accept it. And there's a really great video by a man named Paul who explains that. And my mother did ask me, my mother occasionally talks to me on the phone. Now it's a little bit better. And my mother asked me, Molly, do you think you're getting more autistic? And that's a real common thing. And so the answer is no, I'm not more autistic. You're just seeing my authentic self after my mask crumbled due to trauma. And in that video, Paul explains it really well. And so I'll put that video in the comment section here of this video. All of my readings and my messages are interactive. So make sure to look in the comment section. My family can get my energy every single day if they want to. They can watch my channel every single day if they want to. They can see me. They can feel me. I get nothing back. I have no idea what their energy feels like. I've had to go through the anniversaries of my dad's death completely alone. And my whole family, my sister vacations out to Florida with her family. They all go out and they're all together. This year they were together, last year they were together. I grieve alone. My mother called me this year in the morning, asked me how I was doing, and I was really upset. I was crying. I said, I'm not doing well. She said, why don't you call me back when you're feeling better? Alone again. I called my mother the next day. Well, my mother answers the phone and puts it on speakerphone, and everybody sits and listens to me. But everybody's quiet. It's like I'm just talking to my mother, but my mother puts it on speakerphone so everybody can hear me crying. And I said, Mom. She said, oh, well, we're leaving. We're coming back. She's driving back from Florida, where they all are right now, to Minnesota, where she lives with my sister for the summer, and her kids and her family. And I was crying, and I said, Mom, you haven't seen my kids or me in so long. And my mother said, Molly, this summer I will make time for you and your kids. Bittersweet. I went to my aunt's birthday party. She had a really cool birthday party. The aunt my mother raised, the sister figure that my sister knew. My mom and dad raised my aunt from when my aunt was like 12. My aunt had a big birthday party, 65. 65 might mean something. There were puppies. It was a puppy party. I took all sorts of pictures, put them on Facebook. Called my mom down in Florida, said, my aunt's pictures for her party are up on Facebook if you want to see them. Oh, okay, I'll look at them. My sister can look at them. Both my mother and my sister are very active on Facebook. No like, no nothing. No heart, no nothing. I called my mom up and I said, did you look at the pictures of Chris's party? Yes. How come you didn't acknowledge it? You didn't do a like or anything. I don't feel like it. They didn't like my aunt's pictures because they didn't feel like it. They like everybody else's pictures on Facebook. Then I get a call from my sister. You know, somehow you're defriended off my Facebook friends. Well, Molly, I would have never defriended you. Insinuating that I defriended my sister on Facebook, which I didn't. Then a big long, well, I would never defriend you. I would never do it. Everybody knows the score. I searched my sister's name on Facebook while I was on the phone with her. And I said, "You're blocked from me. I can't even search you. The delete came from your end. It's obvious. You are going to have to Facebook friend request me if you want to be my friend again." Then my sister got triggered, hung up on me, and I got a Facebook friend request from her, and we're friends on Facebook. They don't acknowledge anything of mine on Facebook. And nobody knows why. Death and grieving is very complicated. Misplaced anger, ostracizing, triggered reactions towards innocent people is a real thing. And one person always gets left out on purpose. And it's horrid. It's absolutely horrid. It's the loneliest feeling you can ever feel. Because hearing my mother say, "This summer, I'll choose to make time for you and your children," followed up with, "I love you to the moon and back." I'm trying to ignore how many days, years my family chose to ignore me. And the whole time I was telling the truth. And the thing I want more than anything is to hug my mama. I FaceTimed her. I haven't seen her in so long. She looks older. I have no idea what my sister looks like. But my mother is letting me back in. And my mother is starting to watch videos on autism when I send them to her. And she replies back when I send the video. She says something like, "Thank you, that was very informative." My sister doesn't reply back to the videos. It's been a very, very lonely journey for me. But in this journey, I found my authentic self all by myself. My marriage completely dissolved, and I had to go through the ultimate betrayal alone and watching my family facilitate a relationship with my ex, knowing what he did to me. It's been brutal. It's been some very lonely, dark times for me. And I got through it all on my own with the help of my children. When it was the anniversary of my dad's death on March 12th. I was very upset. Very upset. Very, very lonely. My son came over. He's 21. And he sat at the table, and he got my daughter out of her room. And my son and my daughter and I sat at the table. And we had dinner together. And my son told me the most supportive, wonderful things. And my own child pulled me out of the quicksand. And I am so lucky that I have two amazing, amazing children. Both of them are spectrum-y. And I love them for who they are. I had an excellent dinner with my children. And my own son's kind words got me out of the loneliness. I'm gonna see my mother this summer, and I can't wait. I hope I will see my sister too, 'cause I miss her. And nobody knows why they're doing this to me. If you're facing this kind of thing, I'm sorry. It's extremely lonely and extremely brutal. The wheel is trying to turn. All right. Got a good cry in. What's the final message? Comfort. Archangel Azrael, I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. You know how many people don't know about autism in women? Who, when I have shared that I'm spectrum-y or my daughter is spectrum-y, have said, no, you're not. Okay, you don't know what you're talking about, but okay. I am a textbook case of a high-functioning autistic woman. Like all the bulletproof, proof, all the bullet points, I fall under. But a lot of people think they know what autism is, and they don't know. So, a lot of people may say, now that you've told me you're autistic, you're acting more autistic. So that's why it's important to watch that video, because Paul explains that. And I'll put the video down in the comment section. Spirit is trying to send in comfort for all involved. And a whole bunch of people might be realizing how stingy they were with their energy while they got another person's energy on a daily basis, if they even bothered to pay attention. All right, there's a message.